Dear viewers, the topic which we will cover today is 3 years of Indian absorption of Jammu and Kashmir. On August 5th, 2019, Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act was passed by the Indian Lok Sabha, that is the lower house. And then after a day or two, it was passed by the Rajya Sabha, that is the upper house. And on August 9th, Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act was authenticated by the Indian President. So it became a law. A very sad day, absolutely, August 5th, 2019. 3 years have passed. India absorbed Jammu and Kashmir. Earlier, under Article 370 and 35A of the Indian Constitution, Jammu and Kashmir had a special status. Some sort of a semblance of autonomy was given. Although there was the erosion of Article 370, but at least face value, Jammu and Kashmir had an autonomous status. The only Muslim majority state in the Indian Union. According to the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir were declared as union territories. What was the purpose behind Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act and how India absorbed Jammu and Kashmir? No one talks about at the international level the manner in which India shattered the trust of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The first thing is that even before August 5th, India had taken precautionary measures. And then August 5th, 2019 onwards, lockdown, curfew, siege and surge operations, severe violations of human rights or serious violation of human rights. India has not been able to gain the confidence of the valley of the Jammu and Kashmir or Valley of Kashmir, which has Muslim majority. Through that act, India tried to achieve two objectives. The first, to change the demography of Jammu and Kashmir, because according to Article 370, 35A, no Indian national was allowed to buy property or permanently settle over there. It was over. And Indian nationals, when Article 370 and 35A were revoked, were eligible to buy property and also to cast their vote. So the demographic transformation, particularly of the Muslim-dominated or Muslim majority Jammu and Kashmir, that was the Indian objective. The second thing, that delimitation of various constituencies, and as a result of that delimitation, BJP and its allies thought that they will win future elections. So it was a long-term plan through Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act. Unfortunately, despite blatant violation of human rights by more than 600,000 of Indian security forces deployed in Jammu and Kashmir, despite the fact that Pakistan protested and demanded the revocation of that act, the Modi regime was adamant and has gone to an extent that it is inviting investors from various Gulf countries to invest in the Indian occupied or illegally Indian control of Jammu and Kashmir. The implications, 3 years have passed, and it seems that Israeli model is being followed by the Modi regime to turn the majority of the Valley of Kashmir into a minority. Ladakh is Buddhist and also with Muslim population, hardly 10 to 12% of Hindu population in Ladakh. Jammu is non-Muslim, but there is a substantial Muslim population over there. So therefore it seems that India has been able to achieve its objectives. And for that purpose, Yasin Malik, a very unfortunate case, the leader of Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front and Hurriyat Conference, was implicated under the Anti-Terrorism TADA Act and was awarded life imprisonment. That's so tragic that Yasin Malik, throughout his life, he waged a struggle for the independence of Jammu and Kashmir. Likewise, thousands of Kashmiris have been arrested, hundreds have been killed, blatant human rights violations, to the extent that the former chief ministers who were supportive to either Congress or BJP, like Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah and Umar Abdullah, they also turned against the Modi regime and formed the Gupkar alliance. It seems that despite resistance, despite popular uprising, particularly in the Valley of Kashmir and Srinagar, the Modi regime is in no mood to relegate. And then, of course, the Indian Supreme Court has also not done justice. Several petitions were lying over there. So to conclude, I would say that 3 years down the road, the lives of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, particularly the Muslim population over there, is miserable. And it is high time that the international community takes notice of the illegal acts of India, of the Modi regime, and compels India to revoke Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act. Thank you very much.